Welcome to day 12 of our 14-day challenge that's designed to help you stay focused and grounded so that you have the energy to focus on only things that truly matter to you. Before we get started today, I'm going to suggest that you grab a pen and paper because you're going to want to take notes. Today's recording is a little longer. However, it is so important when it comes to living and creating a full, engaged, and meaningful life for yourself. And without further ado, here's today's quote. The more you honor your truth, the easier life will be. Yesterday we spoke about saying yes to yourself. And today you're going to be diving into honoring your truth. Though the quote may sound similar to yesterday's, honoring your truth is about trusting yourself. Before we go any further, I want to invite you to consider something that you may already know, yet haven't really acknowledged or claimed. You are capable of great things. The magic that lies within you is simply waiting for you to explore it so that you can eventually claim it. Now let's dive in. If you have a thought that you've never had before, allow yourself to explore its potential. Luxuriate in the possibilities of the what ifs of the thought. Consider what it could be like. What would you be doing? How would you feel? Allowing your mind to wander down a path of potentiality is like a fun vacation. And by the way, unlike a vacation that comes to an end, this has the potential of being a great new beginning. Before you dismiss or shut down your next amazing thought, allow yourself to consider it. So, what is it that gets us dismissing or shutting down those fun, exciting, and adventurous thoughts that pop into our head? Well, let's take a quick trip to the past, to our upbringing, and look at things that we may have heard. You may have observed the adults around you doing the same thing every day. They never ventured out or did anything different. And if they found out about someone trying something out that they had never done before, they'd say things like, those people are crazy for doing something that they don't even know anything about. Maybe they refer to them as crazy or fools. Or how about this one? They're looking at the world through rose-colored glasses. At that point, you begin to have an understanding that trying something new is being foolish or unrealistic. Oh, and let's not forget that the subconscious mind recorded everything you heard and the thoughts you just had, just in case you forget them. So here's one of the memories that I have to this day, and I was really little. I remember my father speaking about someone who he worked with who had just chosen to quit their job to start their own business. I still remember his words. He's a fool for leaving. He's got a good, steady job with a good pension and doesn't need to wonder if he's getting paid. He's being irresponsible. He's got a family to provide for. He's setting himself up to fall on his face. You'll find out the hard way that life isn't easy. Now that memory I still have, and it's so vivid. So that tells you how strong it is for me. Now think about your own memories and which ones that really still have a strong hold on you. Now let's come back to my memory just for a sec to see how memories or other things that the subconscious mind has recorded can delay or stop you from doing things. So with this memory being so vivid for me, do you think that having my own business was at the top of my list when I graduated? Absolutely not. Starting my business came much later in my life, and would it surprise you that it didn't happen until my father passed over? And though my mom didn't venture out too far, she did like to explore, and now I know that she loved adventure. Unfortunately, she didn't allow herself to go too far with it. So I learned that don't go too far. Anything that you heard along those lines when you were growing up was recorded by your subconscious mind. So the message becomes to the subconscious mind that you want to stick to what you know because anything else simply makes no sense. And if it makes no sense, then it could be dangerous to venture forward. Imagine having seeds planted as a child that say, stick to what you know, don't wander off the beaten track, mind your business and you won't get in trouble. All those expressions squash your curiosity and keep you from exploring possibilities. Why? Because you don't want to look like a fool or like you're crazy. Consciously, you know that this is all bull. However, it's your oldest mind that you have to shift to open the gateway to your potential. So, your oldest mind, your reptilian mind, your subconscious mind is what you need to shift. Do you remember what I said a minute ago? Think about your memories and which ones that really have a strong hold on you. The memories I'm referring to are not the positive ones. Positive memories create the space for you to continue to grow and expand. When it comes to memories that have a strong hold, I'm referring to the negative ones, the ones that stop you from going after or creating magic in your life, the ones that cause you to dismiss, disregard, squash, and basically stop you from exploring possibilities. You've been taught not to trust yourself in a variety of ways, and it started very early on. I can't remember if I shared this with you or not, but it seems to be something that everyone I know or have worked with has experienced as a child. You've just gone pee, and it seems like seconds later you say to an adult that you need to go pee again. They look at you all shocked and maybe even annoyed or angry and say to you, no, you don't. They seem so sure that you don't need to pee again. And at that moment, the seed gets planted that you must be wrong. In that second, you've learned to doubt yourself, to not trust your internal feelings. You probably did need to pee again, possibly because you were excited. However, you learned in the moment to hold it, and you learned how to hold it without even knowing. You learned to ignore and control that sensation of needing to pee. The bottom line is, you learned to ignore and control the feelings that you were having, and that carries on with us. Why? Because your subconscious mind recorded the whole thing for you. Now, I don't want you to think that I'm giving the subconscious mind a bad rap, because as you start to move forward and understand it, it will really benefit you and help you to create and achieve whatever you want in life. You just need to learn how to feed it different information. Today offered you an opportunity to start to reflect on your past, to remember and recognize times in your life when you were taught to discount or disregard your own feelings. Your feelings are your internal truth. Your internal truth will help you grow and expand your life because it creates space in some way that you're going to need. It creates space to relax, consider, and to explore, all of which are crucial when it comes to trusting yourself. The example of when you were a child and wanted to go pee again. If you had have been allowed to go pee without feeling bad about it, you would have learned to trust yourself and your instincts. You also would have learned to relax into yourself rather than hold yourself back or try to control your feelings. The other thing is, you would have learned not to stop the flow you needed to experience. And in this example, quite literally. Your truth, that deep knowing within you, when engaged, will create peace, calmness, and excitement, and an endless world of possibilities. Okay, we have come to an end of day 12. However, I'd love for you to create some quiet time to explore things that you were told and taught to believe that your feelings were wrong, that you were wrong. This isn't about judging anyone else. It's about acknowledging those times so that you can now allow yourself to see them in that you know your feelings were truth. They just weren't someone else's truth. And someone else's truth doesn't make yours wrong. And your truth doesn't make someone else wrong. It just makes it different. Jot down some of those memories or some of the experience so that you can acknowledge them and release them. That way you can relax into yourself and feel the truth within you. That deeper sense of knowing that feels so right for you. And no, it doesn't need to feel right for anyone else. Learning to honor your truth is very empowering because when you fully honor it, you will no longer feel the need to justify, explain, or quantify it to others. You'll simply know it and choose it accordingly. And that concludes day 12. Here's to being bold, beautiful, and outrageously you. Know and own your truth.